And like I always do on Fridays, I like to bring you video game news. Trying to keep it a little bit shorter this week, working with a new format, just kind of rapid firing. Also, I just have to get my doof together. So, yeah. So tell me what you think, and let's head right into it. So, no like big piece of news this week. I usually try and start out with like a highlight, big, overarching piece of news, but I didn't quite have that this week. But I do have a bunch of other stuff that happened this week, so let's get right to it. Days Gone. So, Days Gone is being pushed out 2 months. So why does that matter? Well, at E3 this year, there was announced that 3 or 4 titles were coming out on February 22nd, 2019. And Days Gone is the first of those 4 games. Those 4 games being Crackdown. Well, I don't know if Crackdown was confirmed for that time, but they were saying mid-February. There was Metro Exodus, Days Gone, and Anthem. All of those games are coming out on the same date. I find it quite interesting that Days Gone has now been pushed out. I mean, it could be a technical thing. It could just mean they need more time. But I also think that maybe it has something to do with the fact that like 4 titles are launching on the same day, which is good for them. I'd rather see, I'd rather have games spaced out than all of them on all one day. So yeah, that was getting pushed out and delayed. What else? I saw a really cool article. I like to read in my newsfeed. I have Gamma Sutra. They put together some really like in-depth and deep dive analysis on video games, and I saw one this week that was talking about PvE co-op, like couch co-op kind of, or not couch co-op, but like co-op strategy kind of games. And it broke it down into like 4 different types of co-op games. And it was citing games like Left 4 Dead and Portal and Portal 2, and how all of those have like a different experience. I remember one they were talking about like this is a gate game, and I think like gate was just their term for like everyone's got to meet at a spot, and then everybody goes to the next spot, and then they all have to split up and like figure out what to do, and then meet at a spot and continue. Portal 2 being like a cooperative like worker game where you have to everybody's got to work together. They got to know what they got to do. They have to execute it on time. There was a third one that was like one player can, if their skill is just so outmatched, then they can like carry everybody through. And I think they were citing Left 4 Dead on that one. And I don't quite remember the 4th one, but it was a really cool breakdown. I like co-op games, so like thinking about which ones are good, thinking about trying to classify them was kind of cool. I know that not everybody likes to put things in boxes, but I thought it was a pretty cool breakdown. So I'll definitely send a link to the Gamma Sutra article down below. Next is the orange box. Back in the day, Valve put together like 4 titles, and I think this is originally what Portal came on, was in the orange box. And those 4 titles, which included, I think it was Portal, Half-Life 2, I think, maybe some DLC, and I forget the other 2. But those titles have all been remastered for the Xbox One X, and I saw a clip of one, and it looks freaking awesome. So it's cool to see. It's cool to see them bringing that back. Yeah, just more ways to sell us games that we've already bought or owned. Got to keep cashing in on that nostalgia train. Choo choo. Cool. After that, Starlink launched this week, and I've been talking. I got to play it at E3, and I haven't been able to say enough good things about it. I think it's a very fun, like open world kind of game. It's a Star Fox game. People are saying it's very No Man's Sky, and so yeah, everybody's saying get it for the Switch. There's even I think the game launched at $60, and then you can get the accessories. There's an $80 deluxe digital only where you don't need to buy the toys and like clutter up your desk with it. And that was the one recommended by the Polygon article that I read. I'll definitely send a link to that down below. But I read through a whole article, and it just said you can zoom in and out like a No Man's Sky where you're just going from planet to planet, and then you're open world and you're like fighting a boss. I don't know quite what you're fighting for yet. I just at E3 I just played through like a boss fight, and it was just fun, and it felt like a Star Fox game, especially for the Nintendo Switch when you get, I think the Star Fox character is exclusive to the Nintendo Switch. But yeah, it just felt like an open world Star Fox game, and that's what everybody's saying is it's coming out really good. I haven't seen the Metacritic yet, but tell me if you are looking at buying this, if you have any thoughts about it. I think it looks awesome, but it's just in this like super cluttered timeline where I just don't have the time to play it. But I will probably pick it up, probably at someone's garage sale when they're like, I don't want these stupid freaking plastic airplanes anymore, where you can like switch out the guy and the cockpit and the guns and the turrets. And yeah, I haven't been able to say enough good things. I'm glad that reading a few reviews, people are saying it's No Man's Sky plus Star Fox, and those are all cool things that I want to interact with. Being that I have a video game sales background, Call of Duty launched last week, and Activision has already stated a little bit about their sales and talked about their player account. So they were saying that Call of Duty Black Ops 4 has more players in the first 3 days than World War II or Black Ops 3 did. Now they're leaving out, those weren't the last two games, right? There was another game in between Black Ops 3, and then was that where Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare? So maybe they're not as big as that. I'll have to wait and see if it were. And then they said $500 million in sales in the first 3 days. To put that in context, I think Black Ops 3 was actually one of their bigger, if not, I don't know if it was their biggest title, but it said in the article that I had that Black Ops 3 had sold 550 million in the first 3 days. So not the biggest Call of Duty game ever, but really off to a really good start. So really cool to see the player count is increasing. That included the 500 million included season pass sales, digital and physical. I would assume worldwide. So yeah, that was all very cool. It was very cool to see. Good on them. I'm glad they're iterating and making it feel good. You know, I've only heard good things about it. The Blackout mode is really fun. I've always liked the Call of Duty shooters, especially the Black Ops shooters. I've always felt good. Treyarch is an awesome developer, so I never thought this would do bad. I've still got fingers crossed that Red Dead 2 beats it, just because I'm tired of Call of Duty being the number one every year. I want to see someone else take that top spot. Something I've been forecasting for years, but now my forecast is slowly turning into that crackpot guy who's like, oh, it's never gonna sell well again. I mean, Call of Duty's always gonna sell well. So, and this doesn't even include Black Friday. They have so many weeks. So yeah, it's probably gonna be the number one selling game this year. But holding out hope that it's Red Dead 2, just for my own sanity. But really, congrats to them and everybody that worked on Black Ops 4 to make it an awesome launch. I've been following this story for a while now. Hey, what up? Thanks for the follow. I don't know who you are right now. Now I can switch over, but thanks for the follow. So next, I've been following this story like a hawk. So Skybound, they've always been associated. I don't know who owns Skybound. I don't know if that's Robert Kirkman's, the writer of Walking Dead. But Skybound is picking up where Telltale left off, and they're going to start. They're at least going to finish. They're at least going to finish the Telltale Walking Dead season 5. And so now the article I have this week is that they're trying to get all of the former employees together, or at least as many as they can, to help finish it, so that they're not like outsourcing it and letting someone else develop it. I thought that was a really cool move. I thought that was cool when Skybound decided to pick it up and make sure that the game finished, because if it was two episodes into the last season, people would have lost their shit. So yeah, really excited to see that someone's picking it up, that they're using former developers or former Telltale people to finish it off, because They really deserve to get their story told. All right, moving into trailers and stuff. Obviously, Red Dead Redemption 2 launch trailer was out today. Or came out this week. This one was really showcasing. I don't know quite what they're going for. It does give you a little bit of a sense of what the game's going to be about. I thought this one made it more. I thought this one made you more aware that like you can play as a good guy. I know me and a couple friends were like really concerned that I'm going to be this outlaw and I'm not going to have any redeeming qualities. But this one really like hit home that like you can be a dick or you could be a good guy or you can mix it up or there's going to be different factions to be and you're gonna have to please these people at the expense of pissing off these people. So yeah, the trailer really did give you a slew of interactions in the game. But yeah, I think they really tried to shine a spotlight on that there's going to be like you can be a good guy. I think that's what I got out of this one that I hadn't gotten out of the previous trailers. After that, there is a big Fallout franchise sale on Steam this week. So yeah, I already own. Let's see, I own 1 and 2 on PC. I own 3 on PC and PlayStation. No, I had that on Xbox, I think, because I was still playing 360 at the time. I think that came out on 360. I was playing that on 360. I own 4 on PlayStation. I'm gonna own Fallout 76 on PlayStation. So anybody who wants to play Fallout 76 with me, make sure to get it on PlayStation. Yeah, really looking forward to playing that game. Getting a little mixed signals in some of the stuff I've seen over the past week, but I'm really looking forward to it. And if you're looking forward to it and you want to get caught up on the Fallout franchise, be sure to check out the Steam sale. I'll have a link to that below. Saw a lot of good deals this week. There was an article done by Brian Altano. I think I'm saying his name wrong, completely wrong because I'm bad at names. But he had a really good IGN video talking about 10 awesome Switch games for under $10. I thought that was really well done. He's amazing. He's funny. And I just thought it was really well done. There was like a Bomberman knockoff. There was a Zelda knockoff. But it was all these like indie games that were all under $10. And if you're looking for those types of games, then on the cheap, then you can get it on the Switch. There's a couple good Switch games on there. So definitely put that in the link below. There's a PlayStation, what was the name of it? Sale of the Dead that's going on between now and November 2nd. Save up to 50% off these spooktacular games. The big images were like BioShock, The Witcher 3, and We Happy Few. I don't know if I consider BioShock. I guess it's kind of spooky, like running around in the underwater in the first or second one. I don't know if The Witcher is counted as a horror game, but it's an awesome game, so seeing it on sale is awesome. You should pick it up. Yeah, it was just funny. I didn't see all of them. I saw DBD on there. I think it was just a couple of the DLCs for that. I didn't quite... Oh, I can pull it up on my PlayStation, which is up right now. But I didn't quite catch all of them, but it was good to see that, yeah, those Halloween sales are starting, so feel free to check those out. Tell me if you buy anything. But 50% off on PlayStation. Feel free to plug it in. Go check it out. Last but not least, my 10th article that I tried to get done in 10 minutes. Definitely didn't get this in 10 minutes. There are 3 new Switch controllers coming for that are coming out with Super Smash Bros. So there was a Pikachu one. There's a Link one. There's a Pikachu one that's yellow. There's a Mario one that's red, and there's a Legend of Zelda one that is blue with the Hylian shield in there. That's definitely the one I'm going to be picking up. They're only like $25. I don't know how I feel about the GameCube controller design. I'd rather these just be Pro controllers, but I guess if they're only going to be $25, then they're going to be, because the Pro controller I think goes for like $90 or something. So, yeah, these look really cool. I'll probably pick one up. Again, I don't know how I feel about the GameCube controller setup, but they all look cool, and even if it just sits on my wall, I need more Legend of Zelda stuff, as you can tell. As you can tell. All right, cool. So that was just 10 quick stories. I put together a weekend news report every Friday. I'm glad you stopped by and checked it out. If you're watching this live, you're on Twitch with me on Friday evenings around 5 p.m. Pacific. And if you're watching this on Saturday, you're probably on my YouTube page. Feel free to hit subscribe. Feel free to watch me while I'm streaming. Check me out. Tell me all your thoughts in the comments below. And thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Let me know if you think I missed anything in the news report. Thanks. Bye.